Hey guys, I'm Naya and welcome back to the channel. For today's video, we're going to be discussing the OTS Tournament Pack 20, so the spoiler that we probably all of us already know what's been going on. But before we get into that, I have an announcement to make, and if you have seen my community post, you already know, but officially I have launched my Patreon, and I'm incredibly excited for it. I cannot even begin to describe how hyped I am. I plan on doing so much awesome content, so if you do decide to support, which there is no pressure whatsoever, but if you do decide, I guarantee you will have top quality, entertaining content, a lot of different perks, and if you go through the tiers, you can see for yourself. But I worked very hard to come up with the perfect plan for you guys, so feel free to check out my Patreon, and if you do decide, I am legit forever grateful for your support. And overall on the channel, since I started, I have had the most amazing community over here. So much positive feedback that it's honestly overwhelming me every single day. And yeah, I just want to say thank you one more time. And with this Patreon, I want to say thank you so much more, because I do plan on making a lot of content for you guys to show my appreciation and to give you as much as I can. If maybe this content over here is not enough for you and you will want even more stuff, I will gladly produce that for you. So hop on over to the Patreon, and the link is in the description. It's always going to be in the description, so if you ever decide you want to be a part of it, you can always check it out. So with that being said, we can go ahead and get started with the video. It's just going to be a very short one, but I figured it would be fun to sort of give you a couple thoughts I have on the one ultimate rare we already know about, and also what I think might be the other two ultimate rares, because I have a couple guesses. So firstly, Ghost Reaper, I'm very excited for it, and that's completely biased because I'm such a huge fan of the card. I actually mentioned it in, I think, the last video that I made. It has a very, very nice story attached to it. So to me personally, I'm very attached to the card. I think the artwork is amazing. I think the fact that it's not applicable in every single format is what makes it so unique. So I'm a huge fan of this being an ultimate rare, as well as the fact that it's going to be actually useful moving forward to the Splight and Tiaralment format, since you can see that it's seeing a lot of play in the OCG, and it honestly makes a lot of sense. It's very, very useful. So maybe if you want to have an ultimate rare copy moving forward, now you can get your hands on it. And I'm very excited for that, but there is a downside, and that's the fact that that's not Ash, which is probably sort of, the thoughts of every single person in the Yu-Gi-Oh community right now. Like, we just all want Ash Blossom, and at this point, it's almost a meme that it's not out yet as an ultimate rare, so we can always hope. But I guess I just wanted to mention this to sort of say that, yes, that's my wish as well. I think it would round off the Ghost Sisters perfectly, even though not all of them have the ultimate rare printing yet. But the fact that Ash doesn't have one is kind of insane to me. So yeah, if we don't see an ultimate rare soon, I guess we might see some other rarity, but it just won't be the same, like Ghost Ogre has had one for the longest time, and now Ghost Reaper is going to be getting one, and Ghost Bell, with the Starlight rare version, like all of them get something except for Ash. So hopefully they decide to sort of, give Ash some love as well. So there's that. There's a couple thoughts I have on that. As for the fun part, my actual guesses and predictions, I have a couple. And firstly, I wanted to mention that next to Ash, I have one wish, which I don't know if it's ever going to come to fruition, but I think it would be really cool to see Totally Awesome as an ultimate rare. We are moving on to the Splight format. Overall, Toad has been an amazing boss monster in so many different decks in the past, and it has a beautiful secret rare printing, but I think an OT would look really, really, really good. So here's like a very, very personal, just wish that I have, but actual predictions. There's one that I'm almost 100% certain is going to happen sometime in the future, even if it's not in the OTS pack 20. And I think Evenly Matched is going to be getting an ultimate rare printing. We have Infinite Impermanence, for example. We have Droplets. So we have a lot of staples, even the hand traps, just going through them. We have Nibiru, we have Ogre, we're going to be getting Cherries. So we have a lot of staple cards, but Evenly hasn't had that ultimate rare treatment yet. And I think it's going to look really good if it happens. happens. And then I have 4 more I wanted to mention, and the first one is Called By. And that might be a bit controversial since most of the time we see the pattern of them printing cards that usually need to be played at 3. It makes it so you buy 3 ultimate rare cards, but it's of course not always the case if you look at extra deck monsters. So I think it would be really good to see, you know, Call By have that ultimate rare printing if it's just stays at 1, which probably should if it's not getting banned anytime soon. You know, you can have that 1 ultimate rare copy, and I think it would look really good. And then as for the other 3 cards, the next one I have is Baron. I think Baron has been one of the most dominant boss monsters in the longest time, and I don't think it's unfair. Like, I think it's the most fair card in a very, very long time, and I think that's also why it's seeing as much play as it is, because it's so free, like to just make. It's so applicable into every single situation. You can just go into it because the level and all of it just goes together with so many different decks. And as for the fair aspect of it, I think it's a busted card, but it's not unfair, and I think it would really be deserving of an ultimate rare printing. It doesn't have a higher rarity than Ultra, since it was in a side set where it was printed only as an Ultra. And honestly, like, right now it's expensive as it is, so why not have that ultimate rare version? Inevitably we are going to be getting a reprint sometime, even if it's not that soon. So I think it would look really, really, really good. And for the last one, which similarly to Evenly Matched, I think is going to happen, almost 100% certain, Pot of Extravagance. We have Pot of Desires from from OTS pack 11. So it's almost the, I guess, 10 pack anniversary of, you know, when Desires was printed as an ultimate rare, and Prosperity has the Starlight rare printing, whereas Extravagance, it has a lot of accessible printings, which I'm all for that. But right now, when it was printed, reprinted, I should say, in the Alba Strike structure deck, you know, I think it would be really, really good to actually have a high rarity as well, so people can really decide what they want to play, because it has so many different rarities. With that being said, I just remembered that I have one more card on my list that I wanted to mention. It's not exactly a prediction. I think it would just be really interesting. I don't see it happening necessarily, but I wanted to mention it because I want to hear your thoughts. Aluber. Basically, Fallen of Albas has the ultimate rare printing as well as Ecclesia, and Ecclesia also has a Starlight rare printing, and the Incredible Ecclesia has a Starlight rare printing as well. So if you look at the entire lore, Aluber is their their nemesis that, if you look at the lore, just goes together with Albas in some sort of way, like they're connected, and like I said, is their biggest adversary, and I think it would be very interesting to see an ultimate rare printing for that, because it would sort of round off the entire thing. But I don't know, maybe I'm just stretching everything a bit. Just let me know what you think, but I guess that's the last one I wanted to mention. And please, if there's anything that I maybe have missed that's like a very obvious one, please let me know. And also let me know your wishes. I really, really want to know what you think, as well as what you think of Cherries being the only known ultimate rare so far. So yeah, with that being said, I would like to encourage you to check out my Patreon once more if you want, of course. And yeah, if you like the video, of course, like it, sub to the channel, check out all of the social media, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace!